Hey everyone, welcome back to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. I'm glad you clicked, because today's story folds nostalgia, heartache, and one final, unexpected goodbye into a single timeline that still has the entire entertainment press scrambling for angles. We're talking about Elçin Sangu and Barış Arduç, magnetic duo whose chemistry on Kiralık AGK bent ratings curves and, for a brief stretch, overflowed the boundaries of fiction. Their romantic chapter closed a while ago, or so we all thought. Yet here we are dissecting a last-minute reunion that took place behind tinted cafe windows, away from press junkets and publicists, but very much in full view of anyone who has ever believed that genuine affection doesn't vanish just because the camera's cut. One before the storm, how everything began. Back in late 2014, the casting team at Star TV greenlit a workplace rom-com pitched as Cinderella with a deadline. The working title eventually became Kiralık AGK. Pilot scripts landed on desks. But no one quite predicted the spark that would flare once Elçin walked into the callback room opposite Barry's. Crew members still swear you could hear the fluorescent lights buzzing when they hit their third read through 2 pages, half improvised, and the producers exchanged that silent, wide-eyed look. We just found our leads. Episode 1 aired on a sleepy summer Friday. By week 3, Google Analytics showed a 240% surge in searches for Defne Mir. Hairstylists fielded urgent messages about copper red dye formulas. Coffee shops near shooting locations taped handwritten signs saying we speak fluent Kiralık AGK. Even people who claim to hate rom-coms admitted they stayed in on Fridays just to see where the banter goes. Behind that lightning on screen was a quietly evolving off-screen connection. It started innocently line-reading marathons in the corner of the soundstage, shared protein bars between door-slam takes, frantic whispers about continuity when props went missing. Slowly, as rehearsals bled past midnight, the small talk deepened. Family histories, career fears, the sting of being misquoted in tabloids. By the time the season 1 wrap party came around, insiders noticed their chairs wound up side by side, no matter where production assistants tried to arrange the table cards. 2 from scene partners to something more. The industry is littered with set romances that burn bright and fizzle. What made this one different was how carefully the two protected it. They never posted matching selfies. They never paraded through airports clutching boarding passes for the paparazzi. Instead, the clues were subtler. Barry's once wore a leather cuff identical to one the wardrobe team had wrapped around Elçin's wrist for a promotional shoot. Elçin slipped a guitar pick onto her keyring after watching Barry's noodle through an acoustic warm-up between takes. Tabloids caught wind, of course, they always do, but the couple established a rule. Work is public, love is private. That line held for 3 years, through season finales, award ceremonies, the feature film reunion that sold out premieres across 3 continents. Commentators called them proof that on-screen fairy tales sometimes echo in real life. Skeptics accused them of faking intimacy to extend contracts. Neither camp ever got concrete confirmation, and maybe that was the point. Ambiguity gave them the space to be something real, unshaped by column inches. 3. The quiet breakup no one believed. Sometime in late 2022, the first whispers of separation surfaced. They came not from paparazzi shots, but from absence. No more overlapping press events. No backstage giggles captured by roving cameras. No cross-tagged congratulations on milestone posts. Entertainment desks watched, but hesitated. It's risky to declare a breakup when nothing was officially confirmed to begin with. Then a single sentence crept into a magazine profile on Barış's new historical drama. He politely declines to discuss his private life. Readers read between every line. For fans, the news felt less like a plot twist and more like closing credits rolling sooner than expected. Message boards filled with elegies. I'd rather remember them laughing behind the slate in season 2. In a rare social media aside, Elçin posted a black and white Polaroid of a street lamp refracted in rain puddles. Caption: Some good nights are supposed to end. It wasn't explicit, but anyone fluent in subtext understood. Work cushioned the blow. Elçin pivoted to an art house thriller that premiered in Sarajevo. Barış dove into battle choreography for Seljuk Barricade. Schedules widened the distance, and photo agencies eventually found newer pairs to chase. By spring 2024, public curiosity had settled into a wistful footnote, till last month's clandestine rendezvous yanked the story back into the spotlight. For the meeting, nobody predicted. Mid-March, dawn still rolling off the Bosphorus. A city beat photographer en route to another assignment noticed a familiar silhouette ducking into a narrow doorway off Falcon Street. Zoom lens confirmed it. Barry's ball cap low, phone pressed to his ear. Glancing both ways before entering a quiet cafe that hadn't opened yet for regular customers. 10 minutes later, a taxi pulled up. Elçin stepped out, no entourage, hair pulled into an unfussy knot. They hugged a brief, but with the kind of shoulder squeeze you can't perform for cameras, then disappeared inside. No staged exit. The pair remained beyond sunrise, blinds drawn. Witnesses reported the cafe's closed sign stayed up despite lights flicking inside. Around 9:30 they emerged. Barış settled the bill. Elçin tucked a loose strand behind her ear. And they walked in opposite directions without turning back. The entire encounter lasted maybe 3 hours, but its ripples spanned continents within an afternoon, translating into clickbait headlines in 6 languages. 5. Why a final farewell, and why now? Industry friends hint at several converging reasons. A symbolic clean break. After nearly a year of zero contact, unresolved threads can twist feelings into knots. A controlled, private goodbye grants closure before new long-term commitments solidify. Creative crossroads. Elçin is in talks for a London stage residency. Barış has auditioned for an international co-production shooting in South Africa. Calendars may soon diverge so completely that later would become never. Mutual milestones. This summer marks the 10-year anniversary of their first screen test. If any moment deserved acknowledgement, it was this one. Whatever the motive, sources present that morning insist the vibe was neither bitter nor nostalgic for nostalgia's sake. One barista, sworn to anonymity, mentioned laughter echoing off terrazzo walls. Another staffer swears he caught snippets of conversation about future scripts, not old wounds. Farewell, yes, but forward-looking. 6. Fan response. Grief, gratitude, and detective work. By lunchtime, the hashtags were unavoidable. Some fans clung to hope. Maybe they're planning a secret sequel. Others penned heartfelt threads thanking the duo for shaping an era of Turkish television. A third faction channeled energy into sleuthing, analyzing coat colors, matching coffee cups to menu items, cross-referencing diaries of each actor's known schedule. One viral post lined up cafe interior photos with stills from Kiralık Act's first breakfast scene, captioned, "Full Circle is a real location." More poignant were the personal stories. Viewers recounted how watching Defen learn to trust Mimar helped them articulate boundaries in their own relationships. Or how the series provided a lifeline during long exam nights. Seeing the actors grant each other a dignified epilogue felt paradoxically like a victory. Proof that tenderness can survive change. 7. Aftermath inside the industry. Producers, ever opportunistic, wasted zero time. Within 48 hours, 3 concept decks leaked, proposing limited series that reunite the pair one last time. Their agents, possibly bracing for a frenzy, issued synchronized statements. Both artists are presently reviewing projects that align with evolving artistic goals. No decisions have been finalized. Translation. Everything's on the table. Nothing's guaranteed. What is certain? The cafe meeting didn't tank marketability. If anything, it raised the stakes. Advertisers love a narrative, and former lovers turned professional allies make irresistible copy. Yet confidants suggest both actors will tread carefully. They've protected personal boundaries for a decade. They're not about to commodify closure for a quick paycheck. 8 lessons in poise and privacy. Strip away red carpet glam. And their trajectory offers a manual on surviving public scrutiny without forfeiting self-respect. They loved without spectacle, broke up without mudslinging, and said goodbye without press invites. In a media climate hooked on messy, that kind of discipline feels almost rebellious. It also reframes what fans often demand from celebrities: transparency on tap. Maybe mystery has its place not to deceive, but to preserve the parts of life that breathe best in low light. When Def Toe told Memer, "The heart understands its own timing," millions swooned. Maybe the actors took that mantra to heart in real life too. 9 What comes next? Separate paths. Shared legacy. Elçin, heading west. Insiders confirm she's shortlisted for a bilingual stage adaptation of Anna Karenina, slated to open in the West End next spring. The role requires mastering 19th-century Russian diction and horseback posture rehearsals daunting. But entirely her brand of challenge. Barry's Under Armour. Negotiations continue for that South African miniseries, rumored to center on Ottoman naval exploits along the Cape. If signed, he'd spend 6 months learning archaic Portuguese and spearfighting techniques. He calls the project a chance to sweat through history. The cool reality is that their schedules may never overlap again in a way that invites shared screen time. But overlaps aren't the only metric of impact. Every rerun, every fan edit, every academic essay on modern Turkish melodrama will place Kiralık AGK in footnote sand by extension. Place them side by side, forever arguing about shoe sizes and coffee, strength in the collective memory of viewers worldwide. 10 closing thoughts. Sir turn to weigh in. So how do you read that final meeting? Cathartic bookend, strategic reset, seed for a stealthy comeback? Comment below. The smartest takes often steer future videos on this channel. And let's keep discourse. Kind remember, we're talking about real people, not scripted avatars. If this deep dive gave you fresh context, hit the like button. It's a small click that helps independent analysis rise above one-sentence clickbait. Subscribe so you won't miss the next breakdown, whether that's a casting bombshell, an onset leak, or an awards night curveball. And if you want sneak peeks at interview transcripts, early episode outlines, and monthly live chats, the join button is waiting below. Thanks for spending part of your day with Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Protect your privacy, cherish goodbyes that hurt in just the right way, and I'll see you in the next video.